God, there's always that awkward moment when it like freezes before it switches to the next thing. Hello, everybody. It is Wednesday, and that means it is Paranormal Tea Time. So we're back. I am joined by my co-host Stephanie.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. Happy Hump Day.
And then we have our special guests tonight joining us for tea. We have Trey Bader, Jeff Bader, and Daphne Minx.
Hi,
Welcome in.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you for coming on. When we connected on Instagram, I was super excited to hear about your new project.
Yeah, we're out here in the Mojave Desert, and we're in one location. It's our house where we live, and it's haunted, and we're recording 24/7. And we just opened it up for guests to come out and investigate with us.
Yeah, it's cool. We're excited.
So
And this is Cracker Jack.
That's our new cat.
It's our new cat.
Oh, hello.
He's an investigator in training.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I'll get a little camera around his neck one of these days.
Do you still have Spooky Cam?
I still have
vision.
spooky cam. Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah, at the manor we had a cat cam just running around with a little camera. So
I saw the cat. I did not see the cam.
no.
But that is so
I started right at the end too. I got an RC car and I made like a rig to put a camera on top of it. So we would have Spooky running around with her camera, and then I was doing a little RC car with a camera. It was a lot of fun.
That's not
Never enough cameras.
Never. No, never.
No,
We
we
can
have Elaine watching from the UK.
Oh,
She did it very late to watch this. So hey, Elaine.
Yes. Thank
Hi,
you.
Elaine.
Aw.
So what is Vortex 29? Because it seems like a whole lot of things all in one.
Yeah, it's a lot. So I'll let Daphne start.
No, you go ahead.
Yes.
I mean, I want to hear what you have to say
Okay.
about it. I'm tired of hearing myself talk. I'm really thrilled that they're both on here because I'm like, cool, I finally just get to sit and listen for a change of pace. This is great. So no, tell us,
Yeah.
Jeff.
So
I love hearing his manner.
yeah, it's our house. It's where we live. I moved here a couple months ago to be with Daphne and start our production company, which she was running out here, Twisted Reels Productions. And we make shows. We come up with concepts and use AI video to create series pitch decks and concepts. And we're just working on shows. We're working on a 70s porn comedy. When it just was, this place is so overwhelmingly haunted that we couldn't do anything but this show, Dead Air.
We were already in development of that one, and it was like this just took over. It's completely taken over.
Mm-hmm.
We're back to working on it again, but anyway.
Yeah, so getting this ramped up was the past couple months. Where we've been recording the house, our interactions with the ghosts. There's things in the sky. We think this whole area of Desert Center is a vortex. There's other spots in the desert that are labeled as a vortex. So we're exploring that. What's that energy there? What does that bring back to the house? And then people investigate, and every night is different. So it's what does that energy bring in, and how do they interact?
And what did you guys bring from the manor? Like that's
Right.
what I want to talk about, because like we never really get to chat about that aspect of it, And so I'm curious to see what these two guys think, as opposed to like what their experiences were at the manor. So I'm hijacking your show.
Trey, do you want
Hijack it.
to go over what the manor was?
Yeah, like it's so fascinating.
Yeah, absolutely. So My Haunted Manor USA was Jeff and I's previous show. And it was based on long-term investigation at one location, which was the Sam and Miller Mansion in Columbia, Pennsylvania. And what they're doing in Desert Center, California is basically the same concept of long-term investigation, decking the place out with cameras and bringing guests on board to try to figure out what's going on there and tell the true story. And it's been a lot of fun just seeing kind of what we learned at the manor, that journey, learning everything, and then bringing that to Vortex 29. I really believe in the format of long-term investigation. I think that's the future. So I'm really excited about it.
And Trey and our nephew Nathan came out for about 2 weeks, and they explored the desert and Vortex 29, and we had some crazy experiences.
Yeah.
The house definitely reacts to to male energies.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, it
It's
definitely
interesting.
does.
It's a jealousy, and
Ooh.
I was just
ripping
about to
curtains
ask,
down.
is it so definitely more negatively towards male figures?
I wouldn't say negative. I mean, essentially, so I guess you did ask the question about Vortex, and I kind of passed it off to them because I love talking manners stuff. Because I wasn't there for it except at the tail end. And I kind of like came into the whole paranormal world later. It's like I've always been sensitive and had experiences, but I just never knew there was like this whole community of people out here. And so basically this story is I bought this house in the middle of a ghost town, and I started renovating it, and it was just me and these dude spirits. You know what I mean? They were all a bunch of guys. And I'm just being honest. You're out here by yourself. You're in your panties. You're doing your girl thing, And so I'm like learning carpentry, and I'm like, doing my thing. And I feel like they just got really attached to seeing, a woman living her life, doing her thing. And then when Jeff came in, it was like, oh, hell no. And then you bring in Trey, and now I'm not even running around in my undies anymore. You know what I mean? I'm like, they were miffed, they were like,
That's why they're complaining.
Yeah.
Like free show's over.
I get the feeling that there's like somebody there, and he's like seeing you do these things, and he's like, women, like, where's the guys that are supposed to be helping her? Like, this shouldn't be a woman's job. And then sees the men coming in and like, you guys are late. Why weren't you here in the first place? And I feel like he's got an eye twitch. He's just like, what's happening here? You know what I mean? Like, he's like so not okay with the situation.
It's funny you would say that, because there is a lot of truth to my backstory, which that's a whole other episode, but I really was out here on my own doing all of it. And there wasn't a lot of explanation for why I could lift a queen size bed and move it across the room by myself. I feel like they were helping me. And honestly, I mean, the only thing they draw the line at is the kitchen cabinets. They will not help me at all with those, which is why the kitchen's not done. So I think you're spot on. I think there was a lot of annoyance from the male spirits in the house that I was doing all this shit by myself. And, so it's been kind of a push-pull. I wouldn't say it's negative, because I don't feel anything negative here. It's more of just it's a bunch of people living their lives. It's like, I don't know.
There's a couple things here. It's a mix of, there's these like 80s sex ghosts, these guys that are just hornballs. We put a dead bell we've just installed a stripper pole, and we put a dead bell by it and had a team here, and they were like,
they broke it. They actually it was like going off for like an hour. It was like an hour. Yeah. And finally, it was like bam, 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 like demanding that these two girls get on the pole. And we're just laughing. And I was like, I am so embarrassed of my ghost right now. I am so sorry. It was really embarrassing. But but seriously, when I bought this house, that's part of the history of it. Is it's not an assumption. This house really was that. There were mirrors on the ceiling when I bought it. 3 bars. Who the hell needs 3 bars in a 2,000 square foot house?
It was a party house.
It was a party house, really. And so I feel like that's the energy that they're bringing. And I don't know. It's kind of a jealousy.
And we found out like this land, the Native American tribes, all the tribes would gather here to like tell stories, to trade, to play music. It was like a party energy even then. I think it's just been going through every generation.
Yeah. And there's even this weird bird phenomenon thing, which is because of the fact that the Salton Sea is here, which is a lake that should never, it's a huge body of water that shouldn't exist. This place became a stopping ground for all these weird birds from all around the world. That
like every species.
Like it's so weird. You just look up and you're like, what the hell is that? You know what I mean? Like you've never seen anything like it, So I think it's always just kind of had that energy. It's where the 3 deserts of the Southwest converge. So there's a lot of just energy and activity. And then you add on top of the history of the house. It just, it's a weird place. It's a weird joint. I don't know. It's a weird place.
Do you guys feel like this has like Skinwalker Ranch vibes where there's
everybody says that.
Absolutely.
I think
it's triggering all this activity?
Yeah,
for sure.
A lot of it could be tied to extraterrestrial or
Yeah.
interdimensional beings. I think like what they got going on is definitely a mix of what they're talking about and potentially something more extraterrestrial.
Yeah.
And the skies out there, unbelievable. Coming from the East Coast, like, you know, we don't see anything like what they're seeing out there.
Mhm.
Almost every night we were seeing anomalous UAP activity in the sky. And funny enough, it would happen right around 10 o'clock, which was right around the time with the manor we noticed things would get active. So, you know, there's a deeper potential correlation of, you know, paranormal activity, you know, cross coast, maybe.
I mean, this is known as a hotbed for, you know, for both paranormal and UAP activity. I mean, it's just not anything like any other place. I've been all over the world and I've been out in the Mojave for almost 20 years now. It's like I saw Death Valley and I was hooked. I was like, I don't know what's going on in here, but this is a cool place. So I feel really honored to like have a house out here and be able to be doing this. And I've been running Twisted Reels for like almost 4 years now and bringing, you know, Jeff on and just being isolated. It's got its challenges, but it's cool. It's really neat. Yeah. Our relationship's kind of becoming a much bigger part of the
because we're filming this kind of reality show style.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, things happen with us and that makes things happen. So we have to like go into what was happening with us, you know, to, because it kind of triggers things. So we're experimenting with that. Like, what can we do? We just did like an argument experiment where
that was so
we tried
fun.
to trick them that we were having an
Taking
argument.
sides.
Yeah,
it would take her. I mean, always going to take her side.
It
No,
does actually.
They
Yeah,
see right through the bullshit though.
Yes. It's true. You have to come in here and just like be yourself or they will call your ass out. There's no doubt about that. They will rip you down to brass tacks.
They just wanted you to get over it, you know, get through it so you can go party. You know, they just want to party. So they're like, you know, they just bring everything to the surface.
Yeah.
That's
All
another
right, gotta get the work done so we can play.
Yeah, but they don't help with the work. I mean, because the technology issues around here are legit. Like it's a real problem. And they wiped a hard drive and that wasn't good enough. So then they threw the hard drive and it's just
smashed it.
Smashed
We're
it.
fighting and stuff falls up. I mean, it's definitely like a poltergeist here. Things move around and I mean, I have to like pull clips and like do things faster, you know, because I don't know if it's going to last next week or a couple days. So it's like they're trying to like delete the show, you know, delete evidence. So you know, I'm sending the hard drive out to get restored, but it's been tough for sure.
Yeah.
It's like they want people in the house, but they're not really sure how they feel about the footage or the audio or I don't know.
Well, they're not really sure what's going on and like what is all of this and I'm hearing like confounded stuff. Like what is all this confounded shit that you've got going on in here? This isn't how X, Y, and Z is done. This is how it's supposed to be done. So you have a dominance in the helm that's like, no.
Yeah.
Listen to me.
There's one entity that's become stronger.
A bit
it
of a
feels like.
problem, actually.
It's definitely more aggressive.
Okay.
Daphne saw a mouse and screamed her head
I've
off.
never had a mouse in my house, so this was like meltdown city. Like you'd have thought someone was being murdered. Anyway.
And this thing like stomps down the hallway and like goes into the kitchen and he's like, "What the F is going on?" Like, you know, he's like, "What's all this noise?"
Yeah.
And it's like an entity we haven't really dealt with much.
Yeah, it seems like it's kind of come out since the guys have been in the house. And you're right, Stephanie. I mean, spot on. It's palpable that it's like a gilded cage. I said that. I love living here, but they do tend to get angry when I leave. You know, like, the night that the curtains were ripped down, I had been gone all day. And it seemed like they were acting out. They didn't like that. You know, they don't like when I leave or if I talk about, I don't mean it, selling the house. Oh my God. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, and some of the responses that we got, I mean, when Paranormal 24/7 came out, it was pretty legit that they did not want me to leave. They don't like that idea. They just want me to stay here and rot right along with them.
Do you have conversations with them? Because a lot of times these types of spirits, they want a personal relationship, not like, you know, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend type of thing, just a personal interaction with you and you alone. And so you having that one-on-one conversation, even if it's just to say like, hey, this is how my day went yesterday, da 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 da, you know, just have that conversation with them. And then also put down your boundaries and your house rules.
Oh,
So
girl, they
they're
talk
like
to me
children.
all day long. If they would shut up, I'd probably be able to get more done. Like, I'm not kidding. There's no like, how was your day? They're just going to tell me how their day is, and I just have to sit and listen. And it's really legit. I mean, seriously, it gets to the point where I have to go outside, where I'm
Yeah.
just like, shut up. You know, I
Put
can't take
headphones
it
in.
anymore. I have to put
Yeah,
headphones
this is
in.
where you need to put your foot down, and you have to be like, no, this is my house now. This is how it's going to be. Like, you've
If
got
only
to
it
be the
were that
boss.
easy. When you come over, I want you to try said trick. See how well that goes. Because they thought, honestly,
I
those
would
people
love
that were
to.
here, they thought there was like 60 some odd spirits that live in here. And I was like, well, that explains a lot.
Yeah.
Because it's extremely crowded in here. It always sounds like somebody passing the mic around, you know. And so if you can get control of these people in here,
It's so funny.
mean-
Whip
So
them into shape.
yeah. I take in haunted objects, and last Thursday I did go shopping and I did find a few more and brought them home, and I turned on one of my spirit boxes and I literally hear a man say, "That's enough." And I was like, oh, okay.
No more.
no more. Yeah.
No, they're telling you stuff that you got too many dolls.
Yeah.
You can never
there's
have
like
too many dolls.
Yeah.
So how, for coming from the manor, how does Vortex 29 compare? Like, what are the spirits like there
Yeah.
versus the manor? Because I've been to the manor and it was active, but low key. Like, things would happen and then it would be calm for a little while. It sounds like you guys have nonstop stuff going on.
The manor would have its moments. You know, some nights were more active than others, but it felt like a heavier energy. Like everything out in the East Coast just feels like sadness and trauma and civil war, and it just is lighter out here. It's like a younger, you know. It feels like 70s and 80s ghosts. It feels like they just want to live life. Like they're mimicking life. They mimic our voices. They mimic sounds in the kitchen. Sounds like they want to make dinner. You hear bare feet.
The shower is very active. You hear shampoo bottles moving around. It's
It's like we have a lot of roommates.
Yeah.
What do you think, Trey?
Yeah, I'm dying to know because Trey's back in Delaware. He's skedaddled, so I'm curious to see like now that he's away from it. You know, what does he think?
Nah, it's definitely active. Like I said, I think there's different stuff going on there. I think there's stuff tied to the house and the land. I think there's potentially stuff tied with Daphne. And like I said, you know, maybe even extraterrestrial or some kind of interdimensional stuff. But there's a really cool thing with the energy and like what we put out. Like when people would ask me at the manor, is it more active with less people or more people there? I always said it was the energy that you bring. I think there's something to that. So I like that they're doing all these different tests and experimenting with that.
Yeah, I just heard that.
Yeah, so far
They agree with you, Trey.
Yeah, we haven't been able to get through one podcast without them intervening. There's been voices where we got the raw audio.
They pulled the chair out from the kitchen. Like we heard that, like on the concrete, like pulled the chair.
Yeah,
like I was going to sit down.
There was some knocking on someone we were talking to earlier.
I agree. I think that it's all connected with extraterrestrials. I think skinwalkers close to finding out something that's buried underneath the ground there. And if that's, you know, I think that's a vortex for sure. And they've done like the LiDAR scans and data points where it shows like a swirling vortex above that triangle.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was the same thing here. And it's maybe caused by underground bases. You know, they're sending some kind of frequency. I think that can manipulate our consciousness, our minds, make us see things. I think that they've been in the house. I think they possibly have like some kind of cloaking device or something where we can't see them, but that's what that shadow figure looked like, is what I saw a person's shadow. And just the UAP activity combined with all the seismic activity, earthquakes, and then like 100 earthquakes a day. And then that night it's like a way of UAPs.
I've caught this stuff on my phone too, this activity in the sky. I have video of it, and it's very similar to Skinwalker Ranch. And it seems like some kind of portal or like wormhole opens up because we'll see a UAP in the sky, some weird, looks like a star, but then we'll see other lights coming right out of it and going and just disappear.
Like emitting other ones. Yeah.
And it's every night, roughly around the same time. It's just when there's 100 earthquakes that day, it's like a super highway or something. Yeah, it's really strange.
I think they can like manipulate matter and come in and out of the mountains and underwater and things. And doing that creates reaction and creates little mini earthquakes. I think that's.
Have you checked your gravitational pull in that area?
We haven't officially. We need to. How do we do that?
Yeah, there's maps. You can find it online. Like there's maps to show the higher and lower marks of gravitational pull. And if your area is in a lower gravitational pull spot, that means that they can actually like kind of like fold dimensions. You know what I mean?
That would make sense.
So they travel through easier.
Is it like the Oregon Vortex where they would like go in that little shed and they put a ball down and it's like a downhill slope, but then it would roll uphill?
Oh, like the mystery houses.
Yeah.
Or like
we always say like, what's
handle
easier to fold, a thick piece of bread or a thin piece of bread?
Yeah.
Thin piece of bread, right? So it's kind of the same thing for lower gravitational pull areas. It's easier for them to fold it and go through it so that they can kind of time hop as well and like maybe even get from location to location.
I think it's going to be paper thin here.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Like you would say that the first thing I thought of is the oddity of the elevation changes. Because here it's like, it's very odd. You don't realize it, but it's like when you're driving, you start out at say 3,000 feet, you drop to negative 32 below sea level in a matter of minutes. And then you can be 5,000 feet in an hour. It's like, and your ears are just like constantly popping because you're going so far below sea level and then way up to these high elevations and the air is changing constantly. So it's like you kind of have to see the landscape as well, because what you're saying would make perfect sense when you lay that together. So it's kind of interesting. Yeah.
There's a lot of quartz.
If you go on to look onto like MUFON, look at their site of their documented sightings, there's a significant increase of sightings around lower gravitational pull areas.
That makes sense.
So,
I could see yeah, sure.
We'll check that out.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely. Yeah, and we have a couple of people from MUFON that we're supposed to be interviewing for the show. So thanks for that, because that'll be interesting. Yeah,
so we're excited about that. We're just trying to get as many experts and local people who have had sightings and experiences to reach out to us.
Have you guys done like a comparison between sites like Skinwalker and Blind Frog and I can't remember the other one, the other big one that's out there?
There was some other place called
Stardust. We learned about that today. Yeah.
In Arizona.
Yeah, these are all things we have planned. You know what I mean? We're wanting to dig in any kind of research. I mean, that's the thing. We're not coming to this saying this is what it is. We have no idea what it is. If somebody can come in and answer, I would just like, that would be everything to me, because I don't know. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's the house. I don't know if it's a combination of both. I don't, I have no idea. It's a lot
based off our experiences right now. So we're still digging into the research.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The only way to do it is this format, this long term. You know what I mean? No one's going to walk in there and give you an answer right away.
Right.
Because
I don't
know, active when they
had some pretty big theories.
Yeah, I'm excited to see their video.
Me too.
Yeah, Paranormal 24/7. Paul and Cindy investigated here
twice. Actually.
Yeah, it was really impressive. And we were like, please show them what you can do, please. And they it was a ton of.
They showed out. It looked like a '90s rave club in here. I mean, it was like lights and bells and all this shit going off, and this was all new to me. The scientific equipment and the grids and the this and that, and I was like standing and it's like all this shit's going off, and I'm like, is this normal? Like yelling over top. No,
it is not. Not
most haunted places we've been to, and we do exorcisms. It's like
Yeah.
That's saying a lot.
They're professional exorcists, and they were like, this is the most active house we've ever been in. And I was like moved because I thought, oh, I'm not insane.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, so your place has officially gone on the top of my to-do list.
Yes. Amazing.
Yes, but I'm very adamant. I don't want anybody cleared out of here.
Yeah,
No
I wouldn't
clearing
either.
is to be done. I don't care what it is. If somebody tells
Yeah.
me it's the most awful thing in the world, it's been my friend, and they've been my friends, and that may be weird to some people, but
No, it is.
I
It's
can't.
a family setting. They have become your family. As
Oh, yeah.
dysfunctional of a family as it is, it's still family. So
Absolutely. I mean, we all have those uncles and whatever that it's like,
Yeah.
you know what I
don't
mean?
invite
And
them to
that's
the
what I
party.
feel like. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, I love you,
Yeah.
but you know, but I
Yeah.
mean, I don't ever feel, yeah, like I say, it's never a negative. It's just perplexing. It's annoying and perplexing, but it's never scary.
No.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not really scary. Or at least I don't think so. What do you think, Trey?
Nah, not scary. Definitely active though. We were only there for what, like 3 or 4 weeks. Right. I mean, the first night I was there, I heard the same thing Jeff talks about with the bare feet footsteps.
Yeah. That's all. Yeah.
I was sitting at my desk and I heard it behind me. It was so clear. And Jeff was in bare feet. I just assumed it was him. But then I look over and he's walking down the hallway. So I like look back and there was no one back there the whole time. I had something like bump the bed in the middle of the night that scared the hell out of me. And a lot of the technical issues that they've been talking about happened to my computer. We got video of that where it's just like typing buttons, it's clicking for no reason.
You're trying to type Google and it just said go
Yeah.
like 100 O's.
Go away.
He was like, he goes, I don't think the house likes me. And then cut to him an hour later and it's like, go. And I was like, I don't know what to say about that.
That was freaky. I hit G and then it just went, oh.
You had the curtains pulled down next to you too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. In the sunroom, curtains came down. Nathan and I out back had potentially a alien experience.
Yeah, talk about that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, our nephew and I were out back, and I'm laying on the hammock just looking up, and I'm seeing something in the sky that looked darker than the rest of the sky, like coming straight down. And I'm like, rubbing my eyes, what the hell is that? And a light flashes in the backyard, and me and Nate both saw it. We look, like, what the hell was that light? So we get up, we walk back to the fence, and we're hearing like footsteps in the grass beyond the fence. And we start hearing clicking, which sounded like the aliens from Signs. And this was all on camera. I think we got potentially like some of the clicking on audio. And we're like looking over the fence. There was nothing there. But that was the first week, and it kind of just set the tone. The stuff in the sky was almost every single night. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy
Love
to
that
have
comment.
such almost guaranteed activity, especially like UFO activity, because you could stand there and stare at the sky for months every night and get nothing.
I
But
have.
you guys are getting something every night there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, whatever it is alien tech. Like, it could be the government that's testing out reverse engineering alien tech, or it's aliens. But I think because Desert Center is kind of so sparse with people, they think no one's paying attention, so they can just do whatever they want.
Right.
Well, I mean, that's a pretty common thing. Like desert rats, that's what they call us, you know, and we're the weirdos that live, you know, out in the middle of nowhere, but we're kind of the cool kids, you know, it's just some degree out here. And because we have all this weird stuff and we explore it and we look at it and acknowledge it. And, you know, I think that's, I don't know, some of the beauty of the area is that we get to live this really weird life as these desert rats. So Trey's spot on. I mean, it's just.
And we're like right smack between SpaceX
Yeah.
and 29 Palms Marine Base, and they're doing testing. So, you know, it's hard to tell what's our people with alien tech or something that's actually, you know, not from here.
Right. But either way, they don't care. My whole point in bringing that
Right.
up was no one cares what the crazy desert rats think. And so they, you know, the Marine Corps is blowing shit up out here all the time. And, you know, and it's like, you know, you could call the police and say some weird thing and they're like, yeah, whatever, you loon, you know, like
You must be crazy to live out there in the desert.
All you can
They
do
only
is
call you alone after your third call.
Right, exactly. Right. But it's like, I'm really seeing things, I mean, they just don't believe you. It's like, you just have
Yeah.
to see it to believe it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well,
But
and you
is it
got to
that they
think
don't
about it
believe
too.
you, or that they're just told to look the other way?
right. Yeah.
That's, yes,
Cover up.
exactly.
Yeah,
For sure.
but
Yeah.
look at it this way too. If you're calling because you're seeing some crazy shit going on in the sky, they're like, yeah, what can we do about it? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
What are they going to do about
Right.
it? Pull it
Yeah.
over?
Kind of like the drones over New Jersey. Everybody's calling the police. It's like, what is the police going to do about this?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not shooting
All
them
I'll
down.
say is people have a tendency to go missing a lot out here. That's all I'll say. Is
A lot of missing cases.
disappeared,
Mhm. Yeah.
So I don't know. We just document. We don't, I don't want to get involved too far with,
Yeah.
Government conspiracy and all that. I just want to do the research and figure out as much as we can and get experts involved and then go from there. But
Yeah.
I don't want to be hauled off by the men in black.
The
Yeah,
long-term
you start
monitoring,
seeing-
though, is
you start-
100% the way to go with this thing. Like you guys were doing at the Manor, like the My Haunted Project over in the UK. This is the way to really get that good evidence and to
Yeah.
really be able to dig into what's going on at a location.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. We
Start
just want
finding
a
those
revolving
trends.
door of teams. We just want everybody to come investigate it and see what their evidence catches. what approach is best, or what draws them out the most. So
I
experiment.
think that's bringing people in is the best way to get validation of what we're presenting as being real. Because anything could be AI. You put a video out and someone says that's AI footage, but when there's teams coming out that are seeing the same stuff, I think that's the best validation.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
Well,
yeah,
I
I
mean-
mean, it's like a laid back Skinwalker Ranch, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter what you post, there's always going to be some naysayers. There's always going to be
Sure.
people that are going to be like, that's fake, that's BS. You just kind of got to let them roll off
Honestly,
to the side.
though, I'll tell you, girl, and I really mean this. And honestly, anyone that's listening, if you can prove to me, because I'm not trying to prove anything. I
Mhm.
don't give a crap what it is. If it's squirrels, I don't care. I just want to know what it is. You know what I mean? So really,
Not
anybody,
squirrels.
it's not squirrels. I've had all kinds of humans have been out here. I have had every kind of everything looking, and they're like, "Ma'am, I don't know."
Yeah.
I mean, really, they just don't know. My electrician just said your house is haunted. And he was
Right.
joking, but it's like that's the kind of answers I'm getting.
Right.
So truly, I am not trying to prove, claim. I even hate that word, what we're claiming. I'm not claiming
Mhm.
nothing. I'm claiming this stuff's happening, and please come and see it for yourself because
Mhm.
it's really hard to document. They wipe everything. I mean, they really do. And other teams are saying the same thing. And there's always technical difficulties and just all this stuff. And truly, anyone, mediums, scientists, I don't care what you do, juggling, I don't care. If it's going to make us get answers, we're all for it. I mean,
Mhm.
we're even having a party on Saturday night. We're having a drag show. There's a band playing. We're doing investigation. We're going to watch Close Encounters outside on a big projector screen. I mean, and the whole time we're investigating. We're taking measurements.
Right.
We're cooking food. We're going to do big things of chili, and
The whole party is an experiment.
the whole party's an experiment. And we've got all kinds of amazing guests coming, and it's turned into a big kind of private networking thing, but there's still like some tickets available and stuff if anybody's interested in coming.
Mhm.
You can go to our website and there's some event tickets that I can't really say who, but there'll be some really cool people. It's a filming extravaganza. And so it'll be live streamed on like 8 different channels by different teams and entertainers and
It's gonna be fun.
mystery
Yeah. It's
guests.
pretty cool to see how the
Yes.
house reacts.
Yes.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
this is what they want. This is what they've been pushing for.
Although now all I'm picturing is little squirrels like pulling ropes and like wearing the little ghost sheets, flashing lights up in the sky.
Yeah. Or
I
I'm
trained
even
them to do this.
thinking like, is it the neighbors messing with me? You know what I mean? Like, so seriously, is there like a squatter person living in my walls? What do they call that? Frogging or something?
Yeah.
For
a
the
frog
longest
hopper.
time I thought, is that what's going on? Like, is there someone living here and I don't know? It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like you start kind of going a little cray like after
I mean,
a
you got
while.
a knife a couple times.
A
thinking
couple
somebody broke
times, yeah. And I have a security system like you wouldn't believe. and stuff. Because living out here by yourself as a single woman has its challenges, and you have those nights where you're like, what was that? You know what I mean? You're like, every tiny little thing, you're like, what was that? And then you add in all these ghosts and entities and UAPs, and it's a lot. And so I really want people to come here and experience it, stay the night, hang out, and just feel what I feel. And if you can give me some theories, I'm all for it. Yeah.
Exactly.
One thing we brought from the manor too that's really cool to continue testing is a neurovisor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did that a few times.
They're great, aren't they? They're so cool. Yeah. With Nicole, I think you were telling me the new one does like facial stuff.
The Rogue, it's red light, so it's supposed to be like used in all the beauty applications. So it's supposed to like smooth your fine lines and wrinkles and be good for your face.
Well, see, I gotta get that. Your girl's turning 50 this year. We're having a big thing for my 50th birthday, by the way. So if everybody wants to come, it's in October 29th. And so everybody's invited to my big 5-0. And I wouldn't mind a neurovisor as a gift.
The Rogue specifically. Yeah. Rouge. It might be called the Rouge.
Neuro Rouge.
Yeah, I mean,
we're just, we're experimenting with changing our brain waves, changing our energies. If you're coming in with, a heavy mind and you don't feel open, you can use the neurovisor, lower all your baselines. You can up your gammas and, have the same brain activity as a psychic medium. They're heightened in gamma and delta. So it's cool stuff that we get to, test out, and we're 420 friendly.
I was just going to say that. I was dying.
We're all about altering our energies and just whatever draws them out. It's seems to be the party atmosphere is what they want. So we're gonna see how Saturday goes and maybe make this like a once a month, main event where we have special guests and do a big filming night like that.
Yeah, we've been really surprised at how many entertainers and Palm Springs, elite have been like, oh, fuck yeah, I'll come. But we can't say like who, you know what I mean, because of many reasons. But
we'll just have to wait and see when everybody's live streaming who's
exactly
up there.
It'll be on an episode for sure. Yeah, so stay tuned for the party shenanigans.
Yes, I wish we were closer.
I know, but we're going to have one, like I said, and plan on October because we're really, we're supposed to be, I don't know if I should say that. I will say this because we're excited about it. We're probably going to be partnering with the Coachella Firebirds, which is the local hockey team, right? Yeah. And they're going to be showing up for Halloween as well. So we're going to have a bunch of like just really cool sports folks and like some cool things going on with that. So stay tuned for October. Come and stay for like a week.
Yeah. Oh my God, you guys are going to have like the big buff hockey guys like running and screaming.
Yeah, it's always what I mean. We're going to be investigating. That's what I'm saying is it's going to be a hoot. Like these, sports guys are going to be checking it out and everything. And so it's going to be great. We're going to have a crazy week that whole week of October. We're going to do some special tours of the Salton Sea. And in September, Jeff and I are co-hosting the Spooktacular Festival with Paranormal 24/7 in 29 Palms, and it's massive. There's
big
like
festival,
huge festival,
music and investigators and gear. It's gonna be a blast.
It's gonna be amazing. So everybody come out. We got you covered for accommodations and everything.
And Jenny Colucci says, "Can I just say I met Daphne last year and she's spectacular, totally on point." And hi, Jeff and Trey.
I love you. I saw your name pop up a minute ago and I wanted to say hi, but somebody was talking and I was like, I don't want to be rude and be like, hi, Jenny, it's me.
We do love our Jenny.
She's amazing. Awesome. Absolutely. I was so excited. Everybody, the comments that are coming up, I'm like,
We want to come back to the Ritz and do the Ritz.
Yes.
It was so fun.
I want to go there. I haven't been there, but I've met Frankie, and that's where I learned about the neurovisor, and I've seen the footage and stuff, and I'm like, I want to go.
Yeah, we got to
go. Great. So fun. So fun. Everybody's so cool in this community. Like, really.
It's the best. That's what
we have a very good, like, little community of people. Like, Frankie brought us out to the manor to, hang out with you guys when we were doing the demo of Neurovisor, and like we've had We've gone to the Ritz. We've gone all over the place with these guys and several other groups we work with. And it's nice because it's good energy and you get good activity.
Yes.
It's not catty. Like
Right.
there's a lot of
Exactly.
Everybody's weird. There's no judgment.
Yeah,
Exactly.
really. It's true. I mean, like I said, I feel like I found my club, and I'm like, I wish I had known about this stuff like 30, 40, whatever years ago. I mean, truly, because it's like, where have you all been my whole life,
My favorite part of the manor was just seeing people come into events and then, they're making friendships, they're building
Yeah.
connections. We're seeing two
Yeah.
different groups that came to the manor that are on each other's podcasts.
Going to Penhurst.
Community aspect.
And,
Yeah.
Kind of
It's
the
so
family
cool.
feel was, special. And
Yeah.
hopefully, it's going to just keep building with that air and Vortex 29.
That's really honestly what we're doing, like with these parties, is it's really just entertainers and community and just people coming together. And that's why I keep like saying, if you fly out here, we'll come pick you up at the airport and you can stay. And like, it really is my home. And it was hard for me. I cried when we opened it up. I cried when we had our first investigation. I had a panic attack. I really was not sure how I was going to
It's a big
react,
deal.
because honestly, besides like the bug man and the water delivery thing, nobody came over here for like 3 years. I mean, truly no one. It was almost like the house just wouldn't let it happen. You know what I mean? Nobody got past the front door until Jeff. And it's been emotional. It has. So the outpouring of community is like saving me from a breakdown.
We're also worried about, like they're your family at this point. They're your friends, and you have to be concerned, especially, with the stuff you see with people on YouTube and TikTok and everything, how they're going to treat your home and your family.
Yes.
You want them to be treated respectfully.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. I worry about that. I don't like, I'll be honest, I feel like sometimes, and I'm really not trying to be ugly or toxic or mean or whatever, I've noticed, being kind of an outsider, some folks have a tendency to condescend the entities, talk to them like they're stupid or like they're children, or, or I don't know, I can't explain it, where I'm like, I'm sitting there thinking, I wouldn't answer you either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, talk to me like I'm supposed to know more than you. I'm on the other side, and yet you're talking to me like,
Knock like this.
Yeah, knock, answer. And I'm like, I wouldn't answer. I would just
Turn
know,
the light on and off.
like,
Yeah.
like don't demand. And not everybody,
talk to
but
them
I
like they're
have seen
people.
it. Yeah, just talking to them like they're people. So that's kind of my concern, is just that they're going to get their feelings hurt, or someone's going to try to clear them, or
Yeah.
I don't know.
They did seem worried that we wanted to get rid of them, and that's not what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always remember, like, this is your home first, and you can absolutely put down those rules with the living and the dead, especially the living, because people do take advantage sometimes, and just flat out tell them, like, these are my rules. There's no crossing over of spirits. Don't make the spirits the butt of the joke. Be respectful. This is their home first. You are the visitor.
It's good.
We should do a list of house rules before the party, because that's the next group of folks that are coming over. Maybe we do something like that and like laminate it or something like.
Yes, you absolutely can, and you should. Yeah.
Get a
like
cutesy little sign like, they live here, you don't.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Yep.
And boundaries are tough for me, like I've always struggled with that. They're either really hard or too soft. There's real hard for me, just as my own, as my own person. I struggle in that area. So it's going to be interesting, like trying to, keep those boundaries. So I need support, everyone. So if you see me starting to look tired and downtrodden, please DM me.
We're gonna have to do
pointers.
check-ins with Daphne, like, how are you boundaries today?
Yeah, if you need pointers on like certain house rules and stuff that should absolutely be in your house rules list, like just shoot me a message. I'm happy to help.
That's
I
awesome.
would love
Yeah,
that.
thank you.
Honestly. And what's funny is I would love to do even like I don't know if it's like a separate podcast or just like something we could all work on together, but I feel like it'd be interesting to do a conversation what it's like to be a woman, living in these kinds of situations where you have these male entities, or even just no offense, male investigators. It's a boys' game.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
the representation's a little slanted, you know. So I would
Yeah.
just think it would be an interesting conversation that I'd love to have with, like, you know, every woman on earth that's into this kind of thing, you know, truly, and just open that conversation, because it is weird. It's hard, you know, to set boundaries. It's for the living, and then you add in the dead, and it's like,
Yeah. Well, you know, the whole world is, and no offense, but it's basically still male dominated, and this field is very male dominated. So when you get strong, intelligent, powerful women in this field doing this, like our team, you know, not to toot our own horn, but you know, we are a group of 4 women that do this, and I think it's amazing for us to be able to come together and put this out there. You know, it gives people kind of a different feel on it.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of the entities and stuff that we deal with, you know, most of them come from a different time, even if that's the early 2000s. You know, it's like the world was different, like even just 26 years ago or whatever. And you're dealing with misogyny and different, they don't know any better, you know, so it does put us in kind of an interesting position. So anybody that wants to start that podcast, let me know.
Do it.
We can do it. We can make it a thing. On one of our nights,
Yes, exactly. Something like that. Yes.
No offense to any male spirits in my house.
But it's interesting too to see how they react to things like you're gonna have a drag show there.
Yeah.
Like how do you think that's gonna go over with them?
I don't know, which is exactly the whole point. Because are these, you know, homophobic? Because we don't know. That's some of the experiments we want to do. You know, I want to see how do they react to different ethnicities, cultures, languages, lifestyles, relationships.
Be prepared.
Into our intimacy and have front row seats.
But does that extend to LGBTQ, you know, like plus spaces? You know, that's something else we want to do here is create a safe space. We have a whole other thing we're working with Lady Chilean on called Stargaze, and it's making it a safe space where people can come with their partner and stargaze and, you know, do the ghost hunts and everything. And so we're curious how that's even going to affect the house, you know, same-sex couples, you know, as they would say back in the day, you know.
Yeah. We hear like,
I don't know.
Because my other job is I work at a haunted hotel, and we hear the derogatory terms when African Americans come in, when gay people come in, because these guys, you know, at the hotel are all from the 20s, basically, you know, and that was how they were. And when we hear it, we don't even acknowledge it. But if the guest ends up acknowledging it themselves and be like, hey, did you just hear what they said? I'm just like, yes, but please remember the time frame that they came from. And this is their era. You know, we can't change what they're going to say. We always like try to prep them beforehand. Like, okay, this so-and-so is coming in, you know, please be respectful. Times are different now, you know, but you can't control them. So you just do the best you can.
That's everywhere. It was just that I was at Whitehill a couple weeks ago, and we were down in the speakeasy, and we were with you know, Frankie, who were doing the neurovisor thing, and they used a derogatory word for gay people. They're like, F word, watch your back.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And it's disturbing, but it's like, these are people that had flaws and horrible ways of thinking and cultural, you know, I think that's going to be interesting the more that we bring different people in to find out more about my entities and if I still like them. That's what's going to be really interesting too.
But you be like, remember,
all right,
clutches, pearls, what are you
just remember, you're not going to change them.
Never mind.
You're not going to be able to change them. How they are in death is how they, you know, or how they are or were in life is how they are in death. You're not going to change them. The only thing that you can change is hopefully the living's perceptive of it.
Exactly. And MJ, hi MJ. I just saw that comment, and it's a lot of slurs toward women. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I'm usually known as the painted whore, so.
Well, it's funny because I almost feel like when we talked about the jealousy, I wouldn't go as far as to say they respect me. Definitely. It's not like that. Sometimes I do feel very like.
It's like an objectification.
Yeah. Like I feel like, you know, I'm like,
They're also used to you.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
It's more they possess you, like not like
Right.
possession, but like
Right,
you
yeah.
are a possession.
Right.
I have used that word. Yeah, that I feel
Yeah.
like the house owns me. I don't own it.
Yeah.
I really
You
do.
own it on paper, but they own it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's, I mean, really, that's what I mean is it really does feel that way. And we'll go, I had to explain to Jeff, I was like, every couple of weeks, we have to get a hotel and we go to Palm Springs and we talk to people and we eat in a restaurant and, we try to pretend to be normal people until someone, and it always without fail goes, what do you guys do? And then it's like, all right, here we go.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Yeah, but the whole point is, I mean, we have to get out of here. I've had to do that.
So isolated.
Yeah, because I went years without leaving and I felt like a prisoner. I felt like a bunch of men had me captive in this weird house and I couldn't get out of it. So now I have you.
We're getting out of here, baby.
We're getting
We're getting out.
You guys think the house has like affected you negatively?
I'm
at all?
sorry, say that again.
Like, do you think the house has like affected or like strained your relationship, like the entities? Do you think?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some real interesting insight from these teams that came in. There was a couple that they'd been married for 20 years and they're the ones that do exorcisms now. And they were fully convinced that there are poltergeists or spirits that possess you, as couples, and they're arguing and starting, these fights. And we have a million theories. Is it an energy spike that they're looking for? Are they energy vampires? And so they're like, getting something out of
Pushing us to the extreme so that the energy is heightened.
Because we act like different people. I have never talked to anyone the way that I talk to you when we're arguing. And you can see both of our faces are like, it's bad. Like, it's not us. It's truly
She
not
says
us.
things I said, and I'm like, I can't believe I said that.
Yeah, and it's
Now I'm out.
Yeah, it's not like us, but it's getting better since they came here because now that we see it, we haven't argued one time since they've left, not one, because we're kind of aware of
I think it's a lot of the
something.
house.
Yeah.
I think I might be wrong. I might be wrong in this understanding, but a poltergeist is basically our energy causing paranormal activity. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. So that could be, the case where it's like when your energy is really high, negatively or positively, stress is really high. That could be causing some of the activity.
Yeah, because it's definitely attached to, stress or strife, and they just make it worse. It's like, that's what it feels like, is it's just, they just pick on the things that I guess we need to get through. I don't know how you would explain it. I don't.
Right.
Well,
They don't
negativity
linger.
feeds
They just
negativity. So
They can get to the
when
makeup.
you feel the negative thoughts coming on, like you have to actually be able to recognize it and take a step back and be like, okay, this isn't me. This isn't you. This is probably this guy over here. And like, tell him like, enough of this, back away. Because they can affect your mood and stuff. So, and if they happen to be a negative spirit anyways, because they were negative in life, they're going to feed off of that.
Well, what's interesting is a lot of our arguing was to do with things, quite honestly, that didn't happen. Things that were technology related on both sides, where we were both accusing each other of different things. And once they left, the team that kind of brought all of this to our attention, we really sat down and thought about a lot of the stuff. And it was like, it didn't make any sense any more than the TV turning half black and, where we have to unplug it, or the lights going on and off, or any other thing, the laptop and the hard drives getting wiped. And, it's like, I don't know. I think that they are trying to break us up to some degree. I really do, because they planted stuff in my search history that it's like, I am woman enough to tell you if I looked at it, and I'm telling you I didn't, I wish I had, but, but I did not look at that, and we've been able to laugh about it now that it's like, we even made the joke, our new company is going to be like, for people that cheat, we'll be like, we will vet your house so that the ghost did it. It's really, that's Britney
Yeah.
Spears, the ghost did it. We'll be like, yes.
Yeah, he didn't like him follow that girl. No, that was the ghost.
But there has.
Wasn't hurting thirst traps. It was the ghost.
But they do. They put weird stuff in our heads. They do
Mhm.
mess with technology. They do cause arguments, cause us to do things that are kind of out of character.
Because they literally like whisper, like I've heard them whisper a couple times, but like they talk to you all day. Like,
Yeah, they annoy
Yeah.
us.
and they're just feeding her, fake news.
Yeah, and so it's been interesting now that we're aware of it. Everything's been pretty chill around here as far as
It's like
that
taking their
goes.
power away a little bit.
Mhm.
Yeah. You have to put down rules in your house even for the ghosts.
I'm
Mhm.
gonna post them. That's a wonderful idea.
MJ is asking, what's the energy like when you are separated or alone in the house?
Do you want to answer?
I mean, we were arguing one night and I slept in the other room and they ripped the curtains down. Like they did not let me sleep. They were just making noise, bumping into the beds. They don't like it when we're like not connected and I don't know, but it's like they cause it. So I don't understand.
Well, it's kind of different for me. I mean, I'll be really honest. When I'm alone in the house, I am in heaven. Like it feels great. Like it feels right to me. And I don't mean that. This is not news to Jeff. It is though. It feels right. And then when he comes in, I feel like wait, like I almost feel like I was in a nap or a coma or something because I'm like, well, what have I been doing for the last since he left? Nothing. Sitting on my bed, staring at the wall. You know what I mean? Or you know what I'm saying?
But they put you in like a trance that you're like having this great time.
Yeah.
Without me.
It's that. It is. But then I'm lonely. I'm unbelievably lonely. The truth be told, when I'm here.
Are you picking that up from them though?
That's what I mean, is I don't know. And that's what makes it strange. And, other teams have said it is a vortex. You just walk around and you just lose time. He said, one guy said, I walked around here. I went out to my car like 8 times and couldn't remember what I was doing. Yeah. It's like it lulls you. And so you kind of get a false sense of this is good. Like I should just stay here. But then when he comes back, I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, I missed you. Like, what I mean? Like, it's weird.
Or I've lost days. Like I've slept and, Trey was sleeping in the same guest room. Like, I don't know what it is about that guest room, but it just sucks you in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It sounds like they're purposefully draining your energy. So
it does.
Yeah. That's something else. That's another boundary you can put down where you can be like, you're not allowed to take my energy unless you ask permission type of thing, because that's what they'll do. They'll put you into this trance and you're going to be just immobilized for a while until a living comes back in and it's like, hey, and then you're like, oh my God, where have I been?
We just heard a big knock from the kitchen. Yeah, I don't know if they liked that or didn't like what you were saying.
They probably don't like me spilling secrets.
No boundaries. We don't like rules.
No boundaries.
Who is this woman? Get her out of here.
Hey, how did you feel staying there for a while and now being back in Delaware? Does it feel different?
Yeah, I mean, it was a big change going there. Just the heat itself was the first thing. It's really hot, just a dry heat.
It's not even summer yet. That's what's so funny is I'm like, hot. We're not even at 130 yet. What do you think?
I had to adjust into that. But yeah, no, there's definitely something to that. The place does lull you in, mess with you, I think, mentally. Yeah, I mean, being back, I've kind of, other than that, I came out to help them guys, but I've been kind of out of the paranormal since the manor. But what's, super validating to me about Vortex 29 is Jeff seeing that shadow figure at the manor. He was begging to see that crouching woman or see anything, and he never did. So he's not like someone that goes around saying he sees stuff all the time. So him seeing that is definitely legitimate.
It was validating for me. Yeah. It truly was, because I had not shared what that entity looked like. I purposefully did not.
And he had a hood and a cape, cloak. That's what makes me think it was some kind of invisibility cloak or something that was actually there that I could see the shadow of. Because it didn't seem like a corporeal smoke mass in front of the wall. It seemed just like a shadow. So it blew me away, and I haven't seen anything like that since I was a kid. No, I never got to see the crouching woman. Did you guys ever see that?
I was
No.
just gonna ask you if you had, because what I'm hearing is you have a crouching goblin. So I'm wondering if you have like some sort of an elemental around.
You think this thing with the cloak, or
I don't know if it has anything to do with any sort of a cloak, just something little, like a little guy, like just.
it's possible?
That's funny. I call him my goblin. So that's
Do you really?
this
Okay.
guy we call the goblin.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do have,
So
like,
yeah, because
low-
I heard like there's a crouching goblin and it just watches you. And sometimes it can come in and out. It's in and out, in and out, in and out, trying to see, but it doesn't feel human to me. It feels like it's probably some sort of an elemental, nothing to harm you, nothing to deal with the other spirits, it's just there. You know what I mean? It's just there. It's part of the land.
Okay.
I'm curious though, because I've had these two entities that follow me my whole life. And so that's some of it is I don't know where the ones that came with me, versus what's here, like where does that
Mhm.
sort of, meet, I guess.
This
Yeah.
thing I saw, it was something that Daphne saw before.
Mhm.
She calls the Dart Man, but you also saw the Hat Man.
Yeah, I've had the Hat Man and Dart Man follow me around my whole life. They've been around forever. These
Mhm.
other folks, these are all with the house, I think, but I'm not sure because some of the stuff that came through with the investigators was unbelievably compelling that several more of them came with me that I had absolutely no idea. Just some very compelling stuff.
Yeah.
Well, because your house is open, you are open, and you and your house are both letting it in. So again, that's where you can put more boundaries down and be like, okay, the ones that are supposed to be here, y'all can stay, but if you're not of love and light, you need to go.
I like that.
Yeah.
And don't allow new ones to come in.
Yeah, I don't want
Isn't that
anybody
the thing
else.
with a portal though? Because with a portal, like at the hotels, new things are coming in.
It's quite possible.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's-
the problem is
it's
with the
possible,
portals is that you have ones that are going to be like, oh, great, new place, I can stay.
Yeah.
Right.
We were talking to Paul from Paranormal 24/7 about this like pink ooze that was in the back bedroom closet that we think everything is coming from that area. It's a heavier spot of the house, and everything comes down that hallway. So he said that pink ooze could be signs of portals. Like other places have had that kind of like goo that you can't get rid of. Like we had to paint over it.
Oh, I had a plumber come out and he looked at it and he said, I have no idea what that is. I paint over it. And so he said it was not mold. It's not, he looked at me like, I don't know what the fuck that is. I just want to get out of here. Like he really just didn't even want to deal with it. And so I painted over it with kills, that major, kills everything.
Yeah.
Came right back up. I had to paint it with gray barn paint, like a major, like aluminum siding paint in order for it to go away. And it finally did, but that's one of the more active areas of the house is where that stuff was.
Yeah, that's crazy. When I was 7, we lived in a house with a really nasty poltergeist, and we had a purple thing in the shower that my mom would wall over, like put new tiles and stuff in and paint over it, and it would always come back through.
Come right back.
There was no getting rid of it.
Yeah. I don't think that's from this world. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Well, when I was painting the house, and I really don't even know why I did it. I don't even know if I told you this. Right before I would paint the wall, I would draw on the wall in a Sharpie, and I would put like a happy face or some kind of mantra. So this place is infused, under the paint with all kinds of good vibes. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it too, but I do feel like it's kind of protected, in a way. So I don't know.
You put your
It's all
energy,
about your
your
intentions.
manifestation into the house. We do have a question. We have 2 quick questions. Is the house a former funeral home?
No, the house, it was built in 1969. And there is an abandoned mining town like 1.5 miles up the road. Lake Tamarisk is the actual neighborhood. Desert Center is actually just where I get my mail.
Mm.
The neighborhood, no one knows about. That's why we really don't disclose the address until you come.
Mm.
It's about a mile off the Desert Center strip. We have lakes. It's gorgeous.
That's really beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But it's abandoned. There's only 100 full-time residents that live here. And I say full-time, most of them are snowbirds. So 25 all year
Summer,
round.
it's pretty dead.
Yeah, maybe. But anyway, this neighborhood was built for the executives of the mining company. So when the mine folded, the houses just kind of went abandoned, especially when the actual town of Desert Center folded, they just went abandoned. So then this house just kind of became a party house, you know, in the late 80s. The town kind of closed and then it was abandoned. And then a very bad man, it does have a bit of a dark history.
The Fudge
The
Man.
Fudge Man. It was known as the Fudge Man's house. He was the only registered essay person. Younger people, you know, you get me. He was the only one in Desert Center forever. I mean, forever. And so this house was very stigmatized when I bought it. The people would not let their kids come get candy. I had to go to the library and go like, can you tell me what's up? And they were like, yeah, you bought the Fudge Man's house. I'm like, oh, figures. You know what I mean? Of course I did. I buy the only house in the whole freaking town that, you know, has this thing.
We do think he's lurking around.
Yeah.
It sounds like it.
Weird.
Yeah.
It feels
It's not
strange.
funny, but they had to call him the Fudge Man. Like,
Well, I
I
guess
know,
he
come
made
on.
fudge and that's how
he used it as a lure.
Yeah. And so
Candyman.
I found actual reviews and stuff of this man's so-called fudge thing. And yeah, he was not a good person.
Gross. Yeah.
But then after he left, it was abandoned for 7 years. And then I came in. So that's the whole history basically is, you know, it's just got an odd history to it. It was the model home for the executive. So it was the very first house built in Lake Tamarisk. So it's got an interesting history, but it was never a funeral home or anything dark. It's always been like the actual phrase was a cokehead swinger house from the 70s and 80s. That's what we were told. And I'm like, of course it is. Cause yeah, my
There
house.
you go.
Yeah,
One
great.
last question because we're already kind of over time.
As always,
Now,
I guess.
anyone on the panel, has anyone encountered an entity that follows you and has caused physical harm only when it follows you into a negatively charged environment?
Okay, let's see. Hold on. I feel like I'm on Jeopardy. Daphne, or anyone on the panel, has anyone encountered an entity that follows you and has caused physical harm only when it follows you to? Oh, I see what you're asking. I have never been physically harmed by an entity ever in my whole life. I mean, like we have spatulas. Oh, the spatula thing has happened since you left again, Trey. It's happened 3
Okay.
times.
It happened when we investigated. It fell too. Remember that, Jeff? It was right before we started.
Yeah.
rolling.
So I've had stuff like that, like ramekins get thrown, you know, but I don't feel like it's toward me. So that's my answer.
I've been scratched, but that's about it. Like,
remember that weird scratch I had on my face there?
oh yeah,
That's right.
There was a
Like
scratch.
it was like here.
And I would argue that it was a negatively charged environment at that time because there was a lot of Jeff and I were arguing a lot when you were here, which was interesting in and of itself because it seemed to amp it up.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I had no
That's a good
fingernails. Like, I'm biting my
question.
fingernails. I don't even know how I would have cut myself. It was like a pretty decent scratch.
Oh yeah,
I forgot about that.
yeah. It was a consistent scratch. You would have felt something, you know, brush against you like that.
Yeah, on your
Yeah.
face especially.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess Trey would be the only one really that we could say has had that
He ran
experience.
me out.
Yeah. They didn't like Trey.
It
here.
ran you out. It definitely did. Yes. The house was like too many
Not
men.
another one.
Yes. Too many men.
Too many
Yeah.
baiters.
Yes. Too many
Too many
baiters.
gators in one house.
Yes. I was overrun with baiters.
Okay, so we do something to wrap the show when we come up to the end, and we say one good thing that has happened to us this week.
Oh.
So, Steph, you want to start?
So I have been drinking a lot of C4 in my water this week. And I have gotten curtains hung, and
All
I've got
right.
new rugs. So like my Victorian parlor room is absolutely coming together, and I'm so
That's
excited
awesome.
for
It
that.
looks great. It's beautiful. I
That's
love
great.
it.
So my good thing this week is that I went to the Cryptid and Paranormal Convention in New Jersey. We were vending there. We got to meet a lot of really cool people. A couple former guests on the show.
Nice.
The mug we're drinking out of today is actually from last week's guest, Mike Samelant.
Very
So
cool.
cool.
Very nice. And I have one
I
for
love
you.
I love it.
Yeah, that's great.
Love that.
All right, Trey, how about yours?
So I've been trying to do some drone work, and today I actually passed my FAA Part 107 exam, so I can now do commercial drone work and make some money doing it. Big day.
That's
Big day.
good.
Congrats, man.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff,
Love
how
it.
about yours?
I would say, we had a tough week. We lost a lot of footage. Our whole hard drive crashed, but the way that the community has like rallied around us, and the local paranormal teams, and helping us prep for this party, and it's just been an amazing, hopeful and uplifting couple of days. Working with these teams, and getting to be on podcasts with you guys. So this has been really awesome. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I just say the same exact thing, except we got this little guy.
Yeah,
That'll
right.
be my thing. We only had him a week.
Cracker Jack.
Cracker Jack. So yeah, that was what I would say.
And I think we forgot at the very beginning. We normally say like what tea we're drinking and show like what cups we're actually using.
Oh yeah.
I do like oolong. That's my usual.
Water.
Is red oolong. But I have water right now because I drank way too much caffeine earlier. And if I had tea, you think this is bad? You should seriously. When I'm highly caffeinated, oh my God.
I'm drinking Harney and Sons vanilla something.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
All
Like a
right.
black tea, like vanilla black tea or something.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yep.
I was actually drinking Harney and Sons English breakfast. So I have to say it's nothing spectacular. I think I like the other two flavors that I have better. But I did dig out my beautiful teacup,
Oh, that's cool.
and on the inside it says "You have been poisoned." So
Oh my God.
Very nice. Vanilla Kimura. Thank you, Brianna. Vanilla Kimura.
I have a good old fashioned twisted
Yeah.
tea.
Nice.
Twisted tea.
That's what I said. I'm like, full disclosure, it doesn't have to be tea. We have had many a cocktail out of a mug.
That's great.
Oh, and
That sounds
Jay
good to
is
me.
drinking purple PT.
Yum.
It's better than
Right,
regular
so-
tea.
Where can everybody find you guys? I have Twisted Reels website.
Yeah.
Yep.
Best way to get in contact with you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
socials. We're on all the socials. I'm Daphne is Twisted. We also have the Vortex 29 page, Facebook, Instagram, all the usual suspects. I'm even on LinkedIn if you're so inclined.
Mhm.
So, and then
I'm
Jeff's,
Jeff Bader Twisted on Instagram and Facebook, and just go to twistedreelsproductions.com and you see everything about Dead Air Energies and Vortex 29. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm also doing readings as well. So if anybody's interested in some cartomancy, cartomancy readings and energy readings here live from Vortex 29, they tell me stuff. So we did a reading with Nate, your nephew, and it was phenomenal. It was just wonderful. So anyway, you can get that on there as well. So yeah.
Awesome.
Check.
And Trey, how about you? I have your website from your bio, Burning Bridge Productions.
Yep. And then Instagram, Facebook's just at Trey Bader, TikTok. And then my new drone website is Pac-Man Drones. So I'm on Instagram, TikTok, and just made a website for that, pacmandrones.com, Pac-Man with a K.
Cool.
So anyone who needs any cinematic drone footage, any inspections, anything like that, I'm ready for business.
awesome.
Cool. We do.
Yeah.
Also, thank you guys so much for coming on
Thank
tonight.
you.
Yes,
It was
thank you.
wonderful.
Thank you for having
You guys
us. This has
are
been
amazing.
awesome.
I
Yeah.
feel like we could
You guys
definitely
can-
expand this and talk for hours.
Oh yeah, anytime we'll come back. For sure.
Yeah,
We'll,
and you
we'll get some
do.
tea next time.
You have to cut us off. It's the vortex. Everybody says it. Where it's like, how long have we been talking?
Yeah.
You know, really. So you just cut us off whenever you have to.
Yeah, it's like missing time. You know, we start a podcast and we're like, holy shit, it's been an hour and 15 minutes.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
true. It's true. I
And we
love
could,
it.
we
This
could go
is
for
wonderful.
hours.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to do a part 2.
Yeah, we'll do
Oh
it.
yeah, please.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
Good night, guys.
All right.
Thank you
Good night,
so
everybody.
Bye,
much.
guys. It was so
Thank you.
cool.
Wednesday,
See you guys.
8:30. We'll be back live again with Paranormal Tea Time. Good night, everyone.
We'll see you.